I gave Claude one goal, not a task, a goal. Get me the first 50 founding members of my school community. And over one weekend, I built something I could never have built alone, a sales team. A LinkedIn agent, a Facebook agent, a cold email outreach agent, and a director agent to supervise and orchestrate them all. It runs every morning, all three, and reports back on one number. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, including the parts that went wrong because two platforms pushed back hard, and what I learned from that will save you your accounts. Here's the single most important thing I did, and this is exactly where AI is going now. Forget the prompts. Now we're giving AI a goal. Instead of saying, do this for me, I open what I call a goal first prompt. Mine was basically this. My goal is to get the first founding members into my free AI community on school, then flip it to paid. Set up daily and weekly outreach targets based on what's actually possible on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Gmail on basic accounts. Nothing paid, everything is free. Ask me questions until you're 95% clear on my business before you set anything. Notice three things. 1, a measurable goal of 50 signups, not a task. 2, real constraints, my actual accounts, free accounts, not setting off any limits of LinkedIn, Facebook, or Gmail. And 3, I made it interview me first so it knows exactly what I'm trying to achieve and get the context that it needs to get a good job. And then it went and built the plan. So a few more goal first prompt examples that work the same way as mine. One goal could be, my goal is 500 YouTube subs by September at my channel and build the weekly system. Another example, my goal is to fill 10 seats in my Tuesday workshop every week. Find every free lever before you suggest spending any money. The pattern is always the same: one number, one deadline, and constraints and permission to interrogate you. It started for me with, first of all, create a target spreadsheet so I know every single day how many targets I have by channel of outreach: LinkedIn, Facebook, and Gmail. We also want to make sure that we don't trip up any issues with Gmail or any bot lookouts on Facebook and LinkedIn. All of these platforms are anti-bots and they try to stop, and accounts that have bot-like behavior will be restricted or potentially even banned. We want to avoid that. I wanted it then to look, secondly, at my ideal client. So who should I be, sending these limited connections to or limited messages that I have to? So it started with what I already had, which is 7,000 business list that I scraped from Google Maps data. From there, it fitted my niche and qualified 1,500 leads potentially. And then it shortlisted the 300 that I should prioritize in the beginning and build on top of. So these are the ones that it visited the website and pulled evidence per contact. There's evidence to pull. Not all contacts will have evidence in this list. It then also went through my LinkedIn network. It created something called a referral map. That's one sub-agent that just works on LinkedIn. It went through my network and then identified of my network's network potential connections that could be good for my target, and identified 371 second degree people who fit my niche, each one tagged with which of my contacts can introduce us, and some of them even shared 2 or 3 mutual connections. And fourth, it also audited Facebook groups that actually fit my profile, because there's so many groups out there. A lot of them are just like a billboard for people to post their promotions, but they don't get real engagement. So we got the right groups that I should be posting in. And so then it created finally an agent team. I have the team is one director agent who creates and manages the morning brief approvals with me. I'm the client, and the director manager is interacting with me, the client, and then going back to his team and telling all these different sub agents, like the LinkedIn sub agent, the cold email sub-agent, the Facebook sub-agent, and the follow-up sub-agents to drive the ultimate goal of driving 50 signups from my community ASAP. So the director agent doesn't do any work. It just orchestrates or coordinates the sub-agents who actually do the work and deliver the goal. But the director agent interacts with me and is the one that's responsible for the sub-agents. If they make a mistake or they're not doing their job, it's because the director is not giving them the instructions that I really want, and I need to correct that. So at the end of the day, the one rule I never break is that the agents draft and I send. Every message that goes out of my LinkedIn or Facebook or Gmail is ultimately coming from me. I have the final approval. I don't let the agents just click and send because you never know, right? That's your business. So I don't recommend letting the agents run wild, especially in the beginning. You never know what they can do. Now, it is confession time, and that is because halfway through, the agents hit some limits with Facebook, with LinkedIn. And so at the end of the day, like I said, this is something you have to look out for, that you don't trip a bot. But at the end of the day, right now I have a tracker with real targets, 300 research cold prospects with evidence-based first lines that I can introduce myself with, which is the most important, a referral map of 371 warm path candidates, a scored list of Facebook groups where my conversation can actually lead to engagement and potential clients. So if you want to see the system from the inside, this is exactly what I teach in my free community, the Small Biz AI ROI Hub. The founding member spots are free and they stay free forever once you're in. The link is in the description. Join it today and you're set forever with quality foundational AI content for your small business to actually drive ROI and give you back time and revenue.